Life is a marathon. It's not a race. Let me explain. You know how everyone thinks that, oh, I made it. That's something that's been stuck in my mind a lot lately, is when people say like, oh, I made it here. I made it. To me, it's like, what do you mean you made it? It's not over. Even if you made some achievement or made some accomplishment, this isn't over. There's no real finish line. The finish line is realistically death. Like that's when it's all over. That's when it's done. There's no real finish line of like, oh, I made it. I understand you. Look, I understand you being like, oh, I did this thing that I was trying to do. I accomplished this thing. Oh, I made it to do this certain thing. But like the idea of making it, I don't even like the idea of saying like, I finally made it. Now you're done? Like, what do you mean you made it? What do you mean? Like, it's not over. Like, it's not done. This is a marathon. It doesn't end. So we're going to leave that there for a second. Something else that's very weird to me is when people crap on other people for not being at a certain place. So like, let's say you're a person, you're up, you're doing great in life, your money is great, this is great, that's great, everything is good for you, but then you got another person who's doing terrible. They're doing bad, they're not doing good at the time, whatever the case may be. They're just not up, they're bad, they're down, and everything. Do you understand that like you're still here? So like for you, let's say you're the person, you're crapping on the person that's down, that's down there, you know, still trying to get up the ladder that you done got up already. And you're crapping on them, coming at them with this negative energy, making them feel bad because they're not where you're at. But the thing is, it's not over. And the thing also is, you could be down there again. That's where it comes back into this is a marathon. It's at any time, and it's an endless one for the most part until the next life, until death. You never know when you might be down there again. And you never know when that person that's down there will be up. And now you might need their help. You might need them. And they would give it to you if you didn't crap on them when they was down. We really get lost in thinking that it's a race. And this is why a lot of people jump into things that they shouldn't be doing in situations and stuff, relationships, getting married too early, kids too early, or kids at a bad time, or marriage at a bad time, because we get brainwashed into thinking that it's a race. It's not a race. It's a marathon. You never know. You never know when you're going to be the person down there. You never know when you're going to need help. You never know when you're not going to be up again. At any time, something can happen in your life. Boom, chain reaction. And now everything that you built up could be destroyed. It's not over yet. Just because you did something for yourself and you got to a certain place doesn't mean that that's the end of it. No, you got to keep going. You got to keep going. You got to keep going. That's why rich people always say that, like, they never stop. Like, it doesn't end. Like, that's why you see retired people don't stop working, because it's like, oh, you're still here. Like, they don't want to just not do anything. No, they want to do something, especially now when, like, let's say when you're older, you retire or something. Now you have that, like, real freedom, and you're just like, your mindset changes probably to like, oh, I don't have anything to do now. Well, now I want to work because I don't have the forcing thing that's telling me to work. Like, this life is not a my fault, my door is open, but this life is not a race. It's not. You shouldn't be in competition with really anybody realistically. I mean, I think it's healthy, you know, competition is healthy. I believe it is, but at the same time, you shouldn't think that because somebody else is somewhere that's where you need to be. And a lot of young people, a lot of y'all might fall victim to that, to thinking that you're in a race with other people because they did this by this age and they did that. That's their life, though. You're going to try to follow a script that they wrote, or like that was written for them probably by somebody else. And then you're going to find yourself messed up, depressed, or in this bad situation because you tried to follow something that was written for somebody else and not your own story. Don't believe that it's a race, it's a marathon. And all of this, this is one of my big points in this. All of this that you're going through, that you might be going through at the moment, everything that's maybe hurting you, or you think is something like, why am I going through this, or this situation, this bad situation, this good situation, these great things, it's all relative. It's all molding you for the next move, the next move, the next move. That's why it proves even more that it's a marathon, because it's like, it's all shaping you for the next thing. It's never oh, I got to this point, oh, it's over. No, we're constantly supposed to evolve, whether it's on a mental level, spiritual level, physical level, whatever the level may be, financial level. We're always supposed to keep evolving, because that's when really we're at our happiest, especially men pursuing things and pursuing purpose and pursuing new endeavors. That's when we're at our happiest, because we are beings that are supposed to constantly evolve. We're never meant to be stuck to just this one situation or this one thing. That's why we like to find new jobs, like to get promotions, like to go do this, try this new thing. I'm gonna tell you a little story real quick. I literally had somebody like tell me, I'm not even gonna get into who this person is, but they basically were like talking to me like they were better than me because they were at a certain position and I wasn't, like at a certain point in their life, and I'm not, or something, or at least they assumed I wasn't. Let's actually say that. They assumed I wasn't. So they're like, oh, look what I did. I did this and this and that. And you, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, crabbing on me because they think that I'm not doing it. But it's like, yo, you don't even understand. You're like a child to me. Like, that's a child's like mentality, because you don't even understand something could happen to you in a week that could ruin your entire situation and make everything change for you. And I think when you and that's because that person is a victim of thinking that this is a race instead of a marathon. That's why people give so much thanks to God, appreciation to God, because it's like they know that like at any moment all of this that they work for and everything that they got could be taken away. You're still here, you're still on this planet, do you understand? And then you're showing this bad energy and negative energy to somebody, and it's like, yo, do you understand that you're still here? Like, everything that you made could be taken away. But aside from that, I want to expound more on, you know, it's relative. Like, so earlier I said it's all relative. Like, it's all a part of the journey. It's all adding to what you're doing. Anything, bro, anything. Whether it's, you know, you could be getting in a situation that you feel like, why am I going through this? Why do I have to deal with this? Why do I got to be the one that, you know, has to get into this? Or certain arguments and get into this with this friend and this stuff and this thing that you feel like, oh, why do I have to go through this? But the whole time that thing is making you better. It's adding to your character to make you greater for what's to come and what's to happen. So you should never crap too hard on yourself, because it's like, you never know. Like, this is molding you. Whatever you're going through right now is molding you. That's why I love the phrase, you're bigger than what you're going through. Because it's like, you don't even understand that like what you're going through right now might be the catalyst to take you exactly where you're supposed to be. And right now, whether you understand it or not, and most people don't understand it, you're probably exactly where you need to be. And you're probably exactly going through what you need to be going through to make you better and make you greater for the marathon, for your marathon. I don't want to make this video too long, but basically just understand that this is not a race. This is not a race. The only person you should be trying to really outdo is yourself. But even yourself, you got to also understand that like you don't always need to be too hard on yourself. But then also you shouldn't be too lenient and too soft on yourself either, because it's like, love the process. Love the process of what you're going through. Love the process of what you're building. Understand that this is beautiful too. And when you look back, I've seen a lot of people who get to certain places in their life that's way better and way more, you know, what they were trying to get to. And they always say like the best part of it was the journey. When they look back, it's like the creating part, the making this thing part, the putting everything together part was the best part of it. Once you get there, you're there. It's over. Like, once you done did it, but it's like the journey is what's important too, is what's beautiful about it too. Don't kick somebody while they're down, trust me, because ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. You might be up and you might be able to, look at me, look at what you're doing, oh, look where I'm at in life. Like, we see that a lot as kids too in like movies and stuff, where people like, oh, look at me and look at you, you're still down there while I'm up here. And it's like, you never know when you're gonna be down there again, bro. You never know. And imagine how it's going to feel for you if you are down there and now that person's up and now they doing the same thing to you. And now you like, I don't need this. Like, you know, you like, I don't need this from you. Like, I'm already going through enough right now as it is. I don't need this. More of the story though, just embrace the journey. Understand that it's a marathon. It's never over until the actual finish line, which is, you know, when life ends. Everything you're going through is adding to your journey. It's adding into making you greater and making you better and creating your character more and more. The good, the bad, look at all of it for what it is and understand that like, oh, You know, this is just what it is. Don't stress about it neither. Like, don't sit there and go through. Just understand, like, yo, the simplest thing can change your whole situation. The simplest thing that you do today, tomorrow, could change your entire situation. Putting out that video, putting out this certain thing that you want to do, this music, this art, anything, it could change your entire situation. So just understand that. Each day, day by day, because that's what it is. Take your time with everything. You know, take the proper time with everything, and love the steps and love the process. I think that's it for this one, man. Follow me on Instagram at izzyjosiah. I think that's it for this. Follow me on here. Subscribe to me on here too. But yeah, man. Let me know. You know, tell me what y'all think in the comments. Spill y'all thoughts. I love when y'all do that. For the few people that have, obviously, it's not a lot of people on this channel yet, but I'm back into, you know, these videos, and I want to stay very, very consistent, you know, and add to my marathon, add to my journey. You know what I mean? So I'm here. We doing it. We lit. See you on the next one.